I want to remind you guys, if you haven't written your name in the previous time, please write your names in the chat, your names and your schools, if you haven't written them. Okay, let's talk about this lesson. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. This is, I'm going to divide you into groups. Each group will be in a separate room, all right? And I want you to discuss this lesson. This is a lesson from primary 1, I think. Excuse me. There it is.
Yeah, primary 1.
Yes,
Connect.
it's in primary 1. And when I divide you into groups, I will divide you into 15 minutes. I want you to answer these questions. First, think of the learning outcomes that you want your students to achieve from this lesson, okay? Second, I want you to think of a technological tool. Don't think of any problems. Let's just dream that we can use any technological tool that we have. And all right, so think of the best technological tool you can use to teach this lesson. And I want you to think, why did you choose this specific tool? So here we have 2 questions actually. Which tool do you think is best? And why do you think this tool is the best to help you teach it? Okay, and the last thing is, how are you going to use this tool for assessment, for teaching, or for a certain activity, okay, and describe this activity. Okay? So now let me ask you this question again. Are we going to work alone or in groups? I'm asking you, are you going to work alone for this activity or are you going to work in groups?
We don't know how to work in group. We don't know each other well.
You don't have to know. We went to many trainings, Miss Nadia, and we don't know our colleagues, but we can interact, right?
I don't know how to communicate with the other colleagues or my other teachers.
You do, just like you're communicating with me now. You just start talking, start presenting your ideas, and they agree or give you more ideas about it. Like this, just talk to each other. Okay? I want you to take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of the lesson and of the questions. Okay, now we're going to work in a group. Okay, how many questions are we going to answer?
3 questions.
3 questions, okay. The first question is about?
The outcomes of the lesson.
Yes, the learning outcomes.
Learning outcomes.
This is the first thing we think about the lesson, of course. And what about the second one? What is question number 2 about?
Technology tool.
Yes, a technology tool we suggest. And only the technology tool? Why it would help us, okay? So, and what is the last question? About?
How are going to use this tool?
Yes, how are we going to use this tool? Okay?
Yes.
So I'm going to stop sharing now. Have you taken a screenshot before I stop sharing?
Screenshot.
Yes, we have taken.
Okay. I'll divide you into the rooms now.
الصوت يا جماعة. Who is talking behind? Please
I'll mute you
make
all.
it mute. The sound behind the session.
Okay, I will give you, let's see, 10 minutes. Okay.
Please, Mrs. Noha, I don't know what is written under the picture.
You don't know what's written under what?
The pictures, I can't see.
You can see like this, huh? How about this? Can you see now?
What is written under the picture?
Eats meat, eats plants.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And you have a picture of an alligator, a picture of a lion, a picture of a giraffe. I think the pictures are clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any question before I start the rooms? Okay. Oh, I wasn't sharing, right? I'm sorry. Here is the picture again. I'm so sorry. I forgot I was not sharing. Okay, can you see it now?
Now, yes, we can.
Okay, take a picture if you'd like. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I thought I was sharing my screen. Okay, I assigned you to your rooms now, and you're going to talk about this lesson and answer the 3 questions as we said.
Traditional way, according to
running out of time.
coronavirus and large. No? Yeah.
We
Okay.
are
Okay, welcome back to you all. All right, let's talk
Welcome.
about.
It was a long time.
Yes, it was a very long time.
It was very long. Okay, I'll make it shorter.
Miss Noha,
Yeah. Yes, Miss Nadia.
مس نهى التيتشر كلهم كانوا مشتركين جروبس بير ورك all teachers on Zoom were doing their work or only me and Mr. Mahmoud ولا
No, everyone.
We were in group work. Group work.
Group work, yeah.
Group
I
or
went
pair
all,
work.
all the rooms, Miss Nadia,
No,
and we're all talking, don't worry.
Miss Noha,
Yes.
I only have Mr. Mahmoud. كانش معايا غير مستر محمود. This is a pair work, not group work.
Yeah, I know. We hope they
I
participate
only
a
have
little
Mr.
bit.
Mahmoud. You have to be specific and accurate. We are not in a group work, it's pair work.
Unfortunately, some people
I only have
don't
Mr.
participate,
Mahmoud.
but I think
It
they'll come
depends
around.
on the number of the group, first of all, and also it depends on the participation. Some of the trainees, some of the teachers are shy to participate.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
first of
It's the first time we use the breakout rooms, so give
that
them a
is the
chance.
first, that is the first time for them, Mrs. Noah. So the matter is strange for them.
Actually, I went in all the rooms. At least they were talking. Not all of them I know, but it's okay. But I think maybe the next time will be better. We're going to the breakout rooms again in a few moments. Okay.
No, today is Thursday. Go faster, Mrs. Noah.
Okay. And now
Miss Noah, are you listening to all of us? All the...
Yes, I enter. No, not all the time. Only when I enter the room, Miss Nadia. Only when I enter the room. If I'm out of the room, I can't hear what you say. That's why you're going to tell me what is the answer to number one is the outcome of this lesson, huh?
Students are going to learn about animals.
Yeah, okay.
We can make groups for animals, pet animal, farm animal, zoo animal.
So it's kind of categorizing animals according
they are going to
categorizing them.
Yes, they are going
categorizing,
to
right? According to the food they eat,
yes,
right?
The animals that eat meat and the animals that eat plants.
Herbivores and carnivores.
Yes, that's correct. That's absolutely.
Animals who eat herbs or plants or grass, or animals who is which eating meat.
That's absolutely correct. Okay, now about the technological tool that can help you. Which technological tool?
We can download some videos from the internet that talk about these kinds of animals.
Yes, very good. Okay,
this will
what
be
else?
very interesting. This will be very interesting.
Yeah, they love to watch them. A great idea. What other ideas? Does anyone have a different idea? Summer?
Yes. When I taught this lesson, I asked my pupils to bring pictures about animals. And some of them brought a wall chart and put the animals' pictures and wrote their names.
Great.
Also, we can ask them to print these pictures from the internet or from the
Yes, you help them to search the internet and find. That's a great idea. Also,
I talked with Ms. Wafa that we can ask them to see videos about animals on the YouTube. If we have a Facebook page like what I did with my colleagues in the class, we have a page for our pupils in grade 1, yes, last year. We can also ask them to put their pictures about their pet animals at homes or the animals that they like on this page.
Very good. That's a very good idea, and thank you so much for sharing, Ms. Samar. Okay, any other ideas? Yeah. Actually, it's a wonderful thing. You said you are going to use video. Ms. Ghada, you said you're going to use videos?
Yes.
How are you going to introduce this video to your students? What is your mode of delivery?
My laptop. I download
on your laptop, Ms. Ghada?
Yeah, I'll use it.
Okay.
I'm
if
going.
you don't have a laptop at hand, if you couldn't.
I have.
You have it?
I'm going to use a video television. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to use the active board and the projector to show them the video.
Yes, it's a very good idea also. Anyway, we also, that we can let them watch the video.
Ask them to download it on their mobile phones.
Yeah, and we still have the option to give them the link first before the class and have them watch the video before coming to class.
Oh, yes, yes, you can.
And this, I think, will solve lots of problems. Many students have access to the internet through their mobiles or through their laptops or their parents' laptops, and they can really watch the video before coming. So this is also considered a learning technology.
Yes.
Okay, these are very great ideas. Before we move to a different point, do you have anything else to add?
Can we make slides of the animals eating and from the slides they decide
the voice, something wrong with the voice.
And maybe it's a connection, Miss Nadia, I think.
Thing get wrong with the connection to the voice of you.
Yeah, it's maybe it's the internet.
Can
that sometimes it affects the voice, the sound.
we can make PowerPoint slides for the pictures of animals and show them to the students with the relevant to the animal sounds.
Yes, that's also a very good idea. Excellent. And we have lots of options and interaction, the PowerPoint slides. Very good. How do you deliver the PowerPoint slide, Mr. Hela?
I think we can prepare a video about these animals and take my students to a multimedia lab to play this video about these animals. Can also use some games like Guess What, when I prepare some recorders which talk about these animals and ask my students to guess what this recorders talking about. Or a kind of
Very excellent idea, really.
Very good.
Students like that and entertain this way. They like it as a game.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
they loved actually. These
very
are
interesting
great ideas, guys. Very good, very good. Okay, okay, let's move on. Anyone wants to add anything?
Miss Noha, we can also prepare a song on our mobile phone about animals, for example, and bring the speakers from the computer lab and join it with our mobile. Let students listen to the song. It will be very funny in class.
Brilliant, brilliant, Miss Summer.
Yes.
Well done. Excellent, though.
Thank
Actually,
you.
you're overcoming the problem of minimal resources here, and we can really use technology, as you can see.
Yes, I used this before when I wanted to present a lesson about my body. I let them listen to song face, body, hand, and toes, for example.
Yes, excellent, excellent, Miss Sarah. If there is a will, there is a way. That's absolutely
Yes. Very simple way.
okay.
Thank you.
I really want to hear more of your ideas.
Thank you.
Okay. This is going to be a Google Classroom. This is on page 33 and 34 in your reflective journal, in your book. These teachers are talking about some of the problems or some of the challenges they face when using technology in the classroom. I want you to read them and see if you can relate, if this problem describes your problem or your concern. And if you have any other problems than this that you think that hinders you from using technology in class. So think of the challenges that you might face for using technology so we can discuss it and see how we can overcome it. Okay? I'm going to put this task, inshallah, by tomorrow. Okay. Now let's move to the second topic, understanding lesson planning. Okay. For this one, I have a poll for you also. Can you all see my screen? Now we
Yes,
have, what do you think of lesson planning? Do you think it's a waste of time? And honestly speaking, please, do you think it's very important, or do you think it's important, but you don't know how to use it well in your class? I want you to write 1, 2, or 3 in the chat box.
I think some 3.
1, 2, 3 in the chat box, please. This is a poll. I want to see your answers. 2. Yeah, great. Wow, all of you think it's very important. Excellent. Actually, for me, my answer to this poll is, yeah, number 3. I have someone like me. This was actually a very big problem for me, because for me, I thought, you know, lesson planning, I do plan my lessons, but it's different from what I'm asked to do. And I thought I was in a lost and didn't really how to use my lesson plan well. So I hope it answered my problem, and I hope you find this useful.
We have the main points, but we change according to what happens around us.
Yes, yeah, but you know, I needed some basic grounds. I needed to know how what it should contain, and some main points that should be included, so I can reflect, I can change, I know what the weaknesses, what the strengths. So this really helped me when I took this. In this section, we're going to see why write a lesson plan. Why is it important? And features of a good lesson plan. What is a good lesson plan must be what? Components of a lesson plan, stages of a lesson plan, and we're going to try to put a lesson plan together and apply it.
The voice is very not connected.
You can't hear me? So I want you, why do you think we write a lesson plan? Why is it important? I need to hear your voices.
To manage time, to be concentrated with the lesson, to prepare what is needed for the lesson.
Excellent.
For example, visual aids, real objects, materials.
Materials, yeah, yeah. Very good. These are very important points. That's correct.
How much you are going to cover?
Helpful, effective. You put the aims and what are you going. You prepare yourself well.
Yes, very good. To make sure that you have searched every point. Excellent.
We should
Miss Maha, don't you agree with me that we need some flexibility for lesson plans? All people who follow us at schools just concentrate on the writing, the shape that the supervisor needs, the writing of the date. Nobody look for the يعني how is the teacher is active, or they only look at the writing, the dates, what, etc.
Yeah, the supervisor actually, but
the steps. You mean the steps, yes. The written steps.
Yeah, this is what we're trying to do here, Ms. Wafa. Actually, we are trying to combine this, you know, with what we do in class. We're trying to put it in the form. The form that we have from our supervisors actually is very close to to what we do, but we don't know how to use it well. This is a problem. So this is what we're trying to solve in this session, and I hope it will work out for you. As you all said, I think the main points you already said, it saves time and we can use it again, and it ensures that we still focus on the main object. And of course, planning for materials, as we said, and plan a range of abilities and differentiated in instruction. And this is very important since we all of us deal with mixed ability classes, and we need to differentiate our instructions and make different levels from each activity. Okay, so make sure that everyone can participate. Also, it helps manage time and activities during the lesson. Yes? Okay, also for reflection, and this is very important because as we can see, the name of our book is Reflective Journal. Actually, reflection is the main part of us teachers and students, also helping our students as well to improve. If we reflect on our teaching and make it making a habit of this, so a lesson plan help us reflect on our teaching. Okay. Now, what are the features of a good lesson plan? What do you think the features of the good lesson plan are? How can you decide that this lesson plan is good?
It will be helpful, effective, covered. I can time management.
Okay, good.
Using different activities that match the objectives of the lesson, using suitable aids.
Okay, great. Any other ideas?
I think to be good, that when anybody read my lesson plan, knows what I'm going to do in class, understand what I'm going to do.
Specific, you mean?
Benefit.
Yeah. Okay, here
I mean to be clear, not just steps you are writing also.
That's very well point. Yeah, it has to be clear, clear steps and activities. We have here some points to add. It suits the different level. The level of the learner is not too much for them, or it's not too easy for them. There is a little bit of a challenge there, but something that they can reach up to. Also, activities are well timed and maintain a good pace, so it can. We don't, we don't finish too soon, or they don't stay too long in an activity and get bored.
Yeah.
Okay, the lesson stages are clear, as you said, and we have to include differentiated materials and activities to different types of learning, as we know, and levels, of course. It has a variety of interaction patterns, can work individually. Sometimes they work in group or in pair work. Okay, we need to differentiate the interaction pattern so they wouldn't get bored. And also some things must be done individually. They need some individual time for certain things and some pair work for certain others. So we need to differentiate this. Also, fun is an element to include, not a goal to seek. And this is very important. My goal is not to entertain the students, but my goal is to give them, for them to achieve the educational goals, but in a fun way. So the fun here is only a tool, not a target. Okay?
Voice is not clear.
The voice, I don't know how to do. Is this for all? Is there? Can you all hear me?
I can hear you well.
Yes, we can hear you clearly. It's clear for me.
Yes,
I can hear you well.
I think it's the internet connection. Yeah. I'm sorry, I think it's the internet connection. I'm afraid I can't do anything about it. But the recording will be clear, I think, I hope. We have here the components of the lesson plan. We don't have much time. We're going to make an activity here. I want you to take a screenshot from the component of the lesson plan with these 6 components: the learners, the aims, the teaching point, whether grammar, vocabulary, or text writing, the teaching procedures, the classroom management, and the materials. Okay, have you taken a screenshot?
Yes. Yes, we have to.
Okay, and now we are going to log out again because of time, and we're going to log in and answer a little bit of activity. It won't take much time. We're only going to go for another 15 minutes and that's it. Okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay.
All right, see you in a few seconds.